Good afternoon. I'm coming to you from the truck on the way out to the bee yard because I'm kind of pressed for time. I'm not going to be able to sit around and tell you what I'm going to do. So I'll try to tell you what I'm going to do on the way out there. Yesterday morning, I fed the mating nukes. You saw that video already, maybe. Maybe put a link in if I can figure out how to do this later on. But I was supposed to go out yesterday afternoon and set up my clipboard hive, and I knew it was going to start raining yesterday evening, but the rain came in a little earlier than I thought. So I got out there, and while I was on the way out to the bee yard, it started raining. So that shot that. So the reason I was doing a cloakboard method is when I first started getting into bees, I started watching YouTube videos from it was a U of G. I thought at first it was University of Georgia. Just would be an assumption for me. Well, come to find out, it was University of, I think the way to pronounce it is Guelph, G-U-E-L-P-H, and it's in Canada. There's a very well-known research program going on up there. So I've watched all their videos probably multiple times, trying to just absorb the knowledge because I don't have a mentor. I'm kind of doing this on the fly, learning as I go. So their cloakboard method says to the day before you put your queen frames in it, that you go through and you basically I got to turn on the 4-wheel drive. It's been so wet today. Oh, I've got about a 2-hour window that I can do this today because it's supposed to rain all day long except for these 2 hours. But anyway, you're supposed to like hyper populate the top box, and you only have 2 boxes. So I was going to take all the honey supers off. I've got honey supers on with feeders. A lot of you are going to go, you're not supposed to be doing that. Well, I'm trying to get them to dry out comb because I don't have comb in some of those new boxes. That's why I've got feeders on top of the honey supers. Whenever we get a flow started here, I'm going to take them off. But when it started raining yesterday, back to what I was discussing, I'm gonna have to do a kind of modified version of the cloakboard method. It was raining, so I just shut the cloakboard, closed the cloakboard. So the upper box should think they're queenless because the bottom box should have the queen in it. There's queen excluders all over those boxes. I got, counting the queen excluder that's on the cloakboard, I've got 4 queen excluders. Just go to their video and see, and he explains why they do it that way. Kind of makes sense. It's just a security measure, just a little safety. But I've got maybe 2 hours to go in. I thought I was going to have to take the Nicot Queen Rearing system out of it, come into my truck where it was warm, and then go transfer it back because it was cool, very cool all day. Well, now that the sun's popped out, it's showing 62 degrees in my truck, or on the outside. I had to roll the windows down because it was pretty warm in my truck. So I'm hoping that I have enough time to, I got to get into the one hive that has the Nicot system in it and transfer eggs into the frame, but I have to pretty much break down the other hive and get it ready so it's open so I don't have that other one sitting out. So it's going to be kind of confusing, not only watching it, it's probably going to be confusing to me, so I may end up messing this up. But the only thing that's got me concerned is next week it's supposed to get really, really cold again. Well, I say really, really cold. For this time of year, it's supposed to be cold. There are even rumors of maybe even a frost. So if you saw my last video, you know that it didn't even get to freezing the other night, and I think both of those mating nukes died because they got too cold. They didn't have enough bees in them. So I may be delayed in putting these queen cells, if they start making them, into mating nukes because it's too cold. So now I have to think about maybe trying to bank the queens, put queen cages on them and bank them. So we'll see. Like I said, the weather's supposed to be cold all week next week. So I may end up having to, depending on how it falls, I may end up having to put some queen cages over the queen cells, just to double check and make sure, you know, be safe so they don't start emerging and killing each other. But anyway, if I do that, then that's going to be another pain, because then I'll have to populate these mating nukes, put the queens in there. Other information that I have heard in the past is that if they don't breed within a few days, that usually takes them about 5 days to mature enough to go out and do their mating flights. If they don't mate a couple of days after that, they probably won't. So then you have a drone laying queen. So this whole thing may be a moot point right now, but I'm gonna get it done, and you all can see me failing in if it happens. So I'm gonna put my stuff on and get into the hives, and we'll see what happens. What we're gonna do here is I'm gonna basically tear this one down, take the honey supers off of it. There should be enough bees in there. I'm going to shake those bees into that one. That'll give them extra bees, extra workers. And then I'm going to do that as I close it back up. But I'm going to open this one up, get this one, the other one opened up, get the hopefully the eggs or the larvae out of those cells, and put them in my frame over here. Okay, I'm gonna do this with as little or no smoke if I can. A little smoke as I can, or no smoke if possible. I don't know that it's gonna be possible to do no smoke because of the weather. They probably gonna be a little testy, because half of this hive is queenless, so they may be a little testy. Plus the weather, as you can tell, there's water standing right here because it just stopped raining like 45 minutes ago. So, and it's supposed to start raining again in an hour and a half or so. So I got to get in here and get this done. Hopefully I won't need much smoke. Hopefully I won't need any smoke, but we'll see. Okay. Well, the good thing is there not a bunch of dead bees in here in the feeder. There aren't a bunch of dead bees. I'm gonna leave that on there to keep other bees from getting in there. Ooh, look at all the bees coming out of that upper honey super, and they may be in there because of that feeder too. So. Okay, these two honey supers here are going to get shook down into that box just to make sure that I have enough bees to keep these queen cells warm. Golly. Okay, it's stuck together. Really? Yeah, they're stuck together, so it's gonna... Golly, that's what happened. They're not supposed to do that. There are a lot of bees in here. A lot of bees. This is good, it's good. Okay, here we go. There we go. Yeah, there are a lot of bees in these two upper honey supers. And they do seem a little testy, so I may end up
should give them a little bit of smoke, especially these that are buzzing me. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. That's about where I need it for now. This. Alright, I dropped one of my knife tools. I gotta watch these pants or not. That's the dangers of losing weight, is your pants don't fit no more. Okay. I'm still getting buzzed by bees from that other hive. Okay. I got to get all the way down to the bottom of that one. Okay. Ooh, that one's empty. Of course, I don't remember if I think I did put some sugar water in that one. Just a little bit anyway. Was bees in that one. I really don't even need to mess with these two honey supers. I could probably take both of them off. Yeah, they're heavy. Okay. Now, let me get over here and get my... I think I can do this without much danger of chilling brood or letting them dry out. I don't know what the term was for that they used, but I think I can do it without any of that happening. I'm hoping anyway. Okay, so what I'm supposed to do, this is my first time to do this, so bear with me. I'm supposed to use these to take the cups out and put these on those. So basically I don't have to touch anything other than this. So see how long it takes me to do this. Okay, I know there's somewhere there's a hive tool here. And she should be, or they should be. She's not in there anymore. That's not her. I think she's right there. Let me turn this up so you can see. I'm pretty sure she's right there. Or the box. Yeah, it's right there. So, all I need to do is get that out. Make sure the queen's not on it so I don't mess with her. I really don't want to get stung on the thumbs again. That one thumb was... Okay, there's several bees in there. I don't see the queen on there. And do I see larvae? No, I don't see any larvae. Okay. Well, there are no larvae. There are no eggs. There are basically nothing. There is nothing in that box, in those cells. Do you see that? It is another complete and total fail. Well, I guess the other day, if I would have checked to see if there were any eggs in here, I would have saved myself a wasted trip. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Of course, you couldn't see them in there, but you could see them on the back side. Look at there. There's nothing. Not a thing in any of those cells. Any of those little cups. So, that won't happen again. That's the last time I'll try that method. So, I'm going to shake the bees off of this. Yeah, there's nothing in there. There's nothing. They're starting to draw that out a little bit, which is, that's not good. Okay, but yeah, there's nothing, not a thing in there. No eggs, no larvae. You can see them because I've seen photos of people who have done this system, and they had, I mean, it was obvious. You could tell there were larvae in it. And what you're supposed to do is take this little cup here, this little holder, push down over the cup, take the cup, and then you've got larvae. Well, as you can tell, there's nothing in there. Nothing. So that was a fail. Complete fail. She was in there for over 24 hours. So, I don't know why, but I guess it's going to be up to me now to do the grafting, to do it the grafting way. So now that I don't have, I better open this up for, so they don't think they're still queenless. So, okay, here's the plan. Here's the plan. Open that up. Okay. Here's the plan. Leave this like it is for now. No. I don't know how long it's going to be before I can. Okay, I've got a lot running through my mind right now. I don't know how long it's going to be before I can get in and do this again. I'm going to wait until I know 100% that it's going to be warm enough to do this, because I don't want, this is maybe a hidden blessing in disguise. I may not, you know, it may have been too cold to even raise queens next week, and it may have been too cold to populate the mating nukes and do all this. So I'm going to wait 100% until I'm 100% sure that it's going to be warm enough to do this. It is April, oh gosh, 12th. It's Easter day. It's Easter. Today's Easter. It's a Sunday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cloak board off of this. Take all these queen excluders off except for, I'm going to leave the bottom one on. The ones that's over the bottom board. Just so I don't have to worry about them swarming, because so far I've keeping enough volume in the hives that I haven't had any trouble with swarm cells. Knock on wood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the queen excluder and the cloak board off between the two deeps. Let the queen use all that real estate. I'm going to leave the queen excluder under the two honey supers, and then just put them back in. This one over here I'm going to leave just like it was, except I'm going to take that stupid Nicot frame out, and I'm going to put a empty frame in there. So I'm going to use just an empty empty frame with plastic foundation, triple waxed or extra heavy waxed or whatever, whatever they call it. I'm gonna put that in there, give that to them. You can see all the wax that's on it, so maybe they'll draw it out and give her more room to lay. So do a little bit of moving around here, just kind of space them out a little bit. Well, I'm not thrilled with the outcome, but I'm not terribly, I'm disappointed, but I'm not upset, because like I said, it's going to be so cold this coming week that I was kind of worrying about how it would turn out anyway. So this may be a hidden blessing in disguise. Okay, we got both these up. There we go. Those were heavy. Okay. So I don't need this feeder, but I don't have a inner cover with me, so I'm going to use it. And I may actually put a little bit of sugar water on there. I mean, they've got plenty of honey, plenty of food stores. See, that should be good. Feels solid anyway. So I don't know how those bees are getting in there. So as far as we know, that's still queen right. Okay, so I need to take, yeah. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna take this cloak board stuff off of here for now, and try again at a later date. Whoops, I'm sure that they didn't like that. Okay, there's so they've only been queenless for 24 hours, so I shouldn't have a problem with them accepting their old queen again. So this shouldn't be an issue with me putting this back on. Whoops. Okay, well, I do have enough bees in here, I do believe, to do the cloak board method. It's just putting them all where they belong. That's going to be the issue, I believe, or putting them all where I want them. So let me make double sure the queen is not on top of that, so I don't crush her. I do like that, seeing all those bees on there, though. That is very good. A little bit of burr comb here. So put this back on. I mean, with my smoker, I don't want to crush a bunch of bees. I don't know if my smoker's gonna smoke or not. Okay. Off the sides there, folks. All right. Okay. All right. Queen excluder. I don't want her in the honey super. I want to keep her down to the bottom 2 deeps. So looks like they've drawn out well, they probably drawn out Well, they've drawn out some of it. It's definitely got some honey in it. So, alright. Put that back on there, that feeder, just to and the only reason I had this on there is because it's to use, no, I don't need that on there. I need that if I wanted to use that as a seal like I had before. Probably need to put it, there's just a little bit more sugar water in there, and I'm gonna give it to them, let them keep it. I don't think anything else needs to be fed except for maybe that mating nuke over there. I'm gonna feed it again. I'm gonna double check, because the little bit of space they have, they don't have anything stored up. I don't want to mess up like I did last time and let them die, because they can, as I found out before, they can starve out pretty quick. And I really do need to clean out those other 2 hives so they're ready to go. See, I even had pollen patties with me, and oh well. Let's see here. So as far as we know, this is Queen Right. I have a queen excluder on the bottom, which, it's okay. Queen excluder between the brood box and the honey supers. So I should be good. I should be good to go. Once they finish drawing out that upper honey super, the comb, until I do this cloak board thing, I'll take that off. I'm hoping that sometime next weekend I can get in here, because it's going to be chilly all week. I'm hoping next weekend it's going to start getting warm enough that I can. They're still coming and going. Still coming and going. That other one, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I have never seen bees die on the front steps like that, like they froze out on the front porch. So it's, well, that bee was moving. What's the deal? I don't know. Okay. I'll bend that up. That way I can sweep out the dead bees. First thing I want to do though is check this. Check it for food. They've got food, but alright, I'm going to see how they're doing as far as building comb, because if they can't store any of this, I'm going to have to fill these 2 up, because it may be a few days before I can get in here after today, because it's supposed to start getting cold. So let's see here. Well, they sure look like they're doing all right. Okay. Let's see here how they're drawing. Whoops, now come on. Oh, fingers are too fat for this. I don't want to make them mad. They're still not drawing no comb out. Well, they're just barely starting to draw comb out on the sides of that. So I still need to keep the sugar water to them, keep giving the sugar water to them. Now we're going to see if they've started making any queens. It's been a few days, so they have had ample opportunity to start making a queen. There's not any on that side. This side was the one that was full of eggs. They have not. They have evidently they have either capped all those egg cells, of those cells with the eggs, or they have cannibalized them, taken them out. Oh, there's one. Is that a queen cup that they're making from a cell, or is that a... No, that's its own separate. So that didn't have an egg in it. They're just making queen cup. I'm going to say if this one doesn't do something pretty quick, it's going to end up dying out because they're not going to have enough bees to stay warm next week. I'm tempted to give them another frame, but I'm through killing bees for now. I'm through killing bees until it gets warm. If they survive, they survive. If they don't, they had their chance. So they have used that entire pollen patty to no avail. There. Okay. So I'm going to fill this up and I'll be right back. Alright, well, so they've got almost a quart to get them through the week. Well, or until I can turn those back to red, because they definitely don't have no bees in them. So far, not so good. All of my experiments or attempts have been complete and utter failures. So I'm going to try grafting next, and I'm going to have to wait until I know for sure, 100% sure, that it's going to be warm. So it may be a while before I do any more of these videos, but maybe soon I can get it back into the hives if it's not too cold. Y'all have a good day.